think a lot of the problem is with this sort of thing, and I speak as someone who gave up drinking 17 years ago, is that you have so much in your mindset that says, well, if I'm going to go somewhere, that you've got to have a drink with that. Like it used to be, if you're going to go to the pub, well, you've got to have a cigarette. So it's changing that sort of set code in your brain, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, I guess what I would say is that the change in the alcohol sales in the World Cup, you can still have a drink in the fan zone beforehand and you can have a drink afterwards. But when you're actually in the stadium itself, which, you know, should be really exciting for a lot of people, it's a live event, you don't know what's going to happen, you want to really remember it. So it's interesting that we get upset that we can't actually drink alcohol, which actually dulls your senses. And surely we can still enjoy it and have a drink afterwards.
Well, that's it. But as Tim was saying, there's a mindset that a lot of people have, and I guess we're particularly famous for it in Britain, that you can't enjoy yourself without a drink.
Yeah, and a lot of my clients struggle with that because it's not only allowable to drink, it's also expected, unlike, say, for example, like cigarettes. So we have to justify not drinking. And as a culture, you know, alcohol has just crept into our life so much that every event, whether it's a party, a celebration, a commiseration, a connection, we seem to think that we have to have alcohol. And I guess what I would say is a sporting event is actually more exciting if you're fully present. So not dulling your senses with alcohol will actually make it more enjoyable.
You see, it's interesting, isn't it? Because, I mean, effectively what you're saying is it's not if you decide... I mean, obviously this is being enforced here, so, you know, people haven't got a choice. However, ordinarily, it's not even just making your own decision not to have a drink. It's about other people letting you not have a drink.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, one of the things that I spend a bit of time coaching my clients on is stage one is they get comfortable themselves with not having a drink. And then we spend quite a lot of time navigating like how to tell other people's reaction, other people wanting you to keep on drinking. So, I mean, I guess what I would say in the case of the World Cup is that people can still drink. It's just that they can't drink when they're actually in the stadium.
But that's actually having an effect on them that they maybe have never done themselves, which means that they are going for a long period without drink. They're not continuously drinking, as you would probably do if you were going along to a football match in Britain. You'd have your pre-match drinks, you'd go in, you'd drink while you were watching, and then you'd drink afterwards as well, which is a lot of hours of constant drinking. At least in Qatar, they're having to stop at some point for quite a while.
Yeah, and they can actually drink. I think the fan zones selling alcohol for about 19 hours out of 24. So they can
That's quite a lot. Got to sleep as well, though, haven't you?
But I think what I would say is I work with a lot of people who, whether it's a sporting event or a Christmas party, for example, and when they wake up the next day, they're trying to piece together the memories. Yeah. And I think if you spent a lot of money going to the World Cup, you're probably going to want to remember it afterwards, right? You're there cheering your team on. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, being able to watch it without alcohol dulling your senses so that you can actually get really excited.
But people don't think it dulls their senses. They think it enhances their enjoyment, don't they?
It's a very sneaky drug, I guess is what I would say. I mean, there's a reason why there's very little we can drink and be allowed to drive, because we know that it does dull our senses. We also know it's a depressant. So being fully aware and really taking in the whole atmosphere, I would say, yes, it's a change and it can be challenging, but I would also say it's actually more exciting.